Hi, everyone.
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast, season 3, episode 11. Summer's almost over.
Ooh, but it is heating up.
Even though we took like a huge hiatus, and summer's basically reset for me, and now I have to come to terms with
I'm
its
enjoying
ending.
it. I'm enjoying getting the drama right now.
This wasn't that dramatic.
I
Last
know, but
episode
like
was
there's fun
truly.
things happening, and I'm like these aren't like boring episodes we're
That's
watching.
true. That's true. And this is when Summer House was like not 15, 17 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into the episode, check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. We have It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast, and we have One Season Wonders. Follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. Oh, I just burped. Sorry. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. So for $1 a month, you get access to all of our fun pre-shows where Meredith and I talk about anything. But if we ever talk about Hannah Montana, we'll let you guys fucking know again.
So sorry,
Sorry.
Chrissy.
um, also, you get access to any episodes we record early, including this one. You could have had it sooner. Period. Point blank.
That's just it.
We don't even know when this is getting released. I can
I
tell
don't
you, it's January 2023. So I don't know when you're listening
I
to
don't
this.
know when it is for you.
I feel like this is a time capsule. We're like, it is January
I know, but there's no
2023.
plaque on it that says when we're gonna open it.
I know, but when it gets released, someone in January 2024 is going to be like, what the fuck?
All I know is the most recent season of Summer House has completed. So that means this is out.
My God. I
Like
can't.
but like
Wait.
11 weeks after that.
I can't compute. Great. So then for $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after show that we do when we go back and watch old seasons to make the episode spoiler free. So, like this one, no spoilers to what is currently happening in real time, but we'll talk about it on
I have
there.
a random thing to talk about this post show, and I'm excited.
I mean, there's a lot of
I
stuff.
have like a what if question for you about like something.
Bravo
Yeah.
is never short on drama, so we can discuss it all
And
then.
like like things always link back. I feel like Bravo doesn't like make this happen, but it's so interesting to reflect back on these people's lives, which is what we're doing right now. So it makes you like
It's
think about where they are at right
it's
now. So,
almost like you know when they watch it back and they're probably like, oh my God, who was I like 3 years ago? I remember watching it and now I'm thinking, who was I 3 years
well,
ago
I'm thinking
watching
who was
this?
I, but I also think like it
We could
just
talk about
yeah, I
it. We'll
just
talk
find it
about it.
fascinating to watch back. Like we've known these people, a version of these people for 7 years now, which is wild.
That is really wild. One day I'm gonna walk up to them and be like, is it weird that I know your life? Is that weird for you? Also, we'll say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Chris, Danae, Dustin, Jackie, Jamie, Casey, Kimberly, Chrissy, Sarah, Cameron, Tiffany, Tonette, Tracy, Courtney, Gina, Jennifer, Kirsten, Kelsey D, Kelsey M, and Mariah. Yes.
Woohoo!
Woo! Sorry if you joined when this episode is live because we recorded it a long time ago. Woo! Okay.
Woo!
Um, so then I lost my tab. Here we go. So then there's also $5 a month. So for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, for live seasons, we will post in the Patreon and you get to give us your thoughts, your questions, your concerns, your whatever, and we'll talk about it on the podcast.
Anything and everything.
It's kind of over by the time I'm assuming you listen to this. We just had a giant live
But gear
season.
up for the next season. Like
that's true.
Here's one thing I know. It'll never stop.
Also, honestly, if you are like, oh, I wish I could see what people said, if you subscribe, you get to see what people said.
That's the historical posts are there.
They're all there.
You can still comment on them, even if it's historical.
Listen, between everything we post with pre-shows and after shows in our episodes, plus like the posts of like questions, you could kill a good day and a half on our Patreon.
Oh, more than that.
Okay, and then also we will pick a patron of the episode. Oh, this is my least favorite part of the whole episode. Sorry, everyone.
It's one of my favorites.
Mostly because especially these, I don't know like who's listening because no one comments.
Yeah.
And so I'm always like, oh, I don't know. But I'm gonna pick. I'm doing like a fun I'm just gonna point.
Oh, just up and down.
I'm just gonna point to
stop.
Tell me, Jamie.
Woohoo! Oh, that's fun. We should do that for old season.
That's what we're gonna do. Jamie, this episode's for you. Thanks for being part of it. We've been apart since October. It's been a while, girl.
Dang.
Or boy. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to assume genders.
That's true. Jamie is.
I think this is just me being horrible. A lot of times with Bravo, I'm like, all the women watch Bravo.
But all the women in Dustin.
There are a lot of men that watch Bravos. A lot of the gays love Bravo, probably more than us. So.
Dude, I really love the Bravo Bros on
TikTok. They're fantastic.
Fantastic.
They are great. Go listen to them. We love supporting other Bravo fans. But yay, Jamie. Woo! Episode's for you. Now, great. Let's do this episode, I guess. Wait, first, actually, because no one comments on these, but this is a $5 patron, so why not? Chrissy did say thanks for dedicating the last episode to her, but changed her name so I don't fuck it up. So I'm so sorry again.
That's you know bad. What? I enjoy the banter of Alicia with names.
Have low expectations. Everyone, lower them all. This podcast is low expectations coming in.
Listen, the only name she needs to remember is mine.
I barely do that sometimes, so thank you.
Okay. I remember Alicia's. Just kidding.
My face for a split second was like, how effing rude. The disrespect. Okay, so previously on Summer House, Hannah is working on her past baggage. Everyone thinks Jordan's a liar, which this storyline needs to die so quick. I
actually think it's so funny now.
Paige and Carl are still giving their thing a try. Carl's mom came to New York because Lindsay brought her to surprise Carl with. Lindsay also heard this rumor that Kyle was making out with a girl that wasn't Amanda, and so she told Kyle, and then Kyle told that rumor to Amanda, but he doesn't know if it's true or not. He's thinking it's not, but he can't confirm. And Amanda is rightfully pissed. Mm-hmm. And Amanda basically told Kyle, like, I'm not going to talk to you till you figure out if it's true or not.
And boy, did she hold up.
Yeah, surprising. No offense to Amanda, but I would have thought she would have caved.
I would have caved.
I wouldn't have. I
would have answered his phone calls. I probably wouldn't have seen him, but like,
no, I would have literally been like, wrong number and hung
yeah,
up.
but I would answer because I would think that he had answers.
No, you better.
How was he supposed to tell you the answers?
Write me an email. I'm not answering your phone calls. I'm pissed.
Kyle could write a 12-page email about this.
I don't know what. I walked right into that one. This is not scripted. Okay, so we're in New York City. It is Friday, 7:46 p.m. Kyle has walked to Amanda's office. Why is Amanda working till 7 on a Friday? I don't know. Hopefully it was a happy hour. We will never know. Anyway, he has flowers. He is waiting. Amanda sees her or him, walks over. And Kyle's like, hey, I got some news. And she's like, is it true or not, bitch?
Cut to the
Let's
chase.
go.
What's happening here?
So Kyle shows her some DMs and the girl said that Kyle and her have never met. And Kyle even was like, are you sure? Because like there's this rumor going around and the girl never answered. So I guess
that weirds me out. Like, I don't understand how I feel like typically rumors have an ounce or like an anchor in the truth. So like I feel like these two had to have met.
To have met.
Yeah, had for to this have rumor to be started.
I would still be skeptical.
Because it's not just the random public is touting this around. It's like people who know Kyle in New York.
Like it's not Miami girl with Tom Sandoval who's tweeting about it. This is a friend of yours is telling you she saw it, heard it from another friend.
And I think when Lindsay or Kyle said it last episode, they said it's somebody's friend's sister.
Oh, I don't
so remember. Like it doesn't seem like just some random girl in a bar that none of his friends knew. There was like a link back to.
Yeah.
The person spreading the rumor.
Crazy. But yeah, Kyle basically says he knew it didn't happen, but he does have those nights sometimes. And I'm like, you actually didn't know anything, you idiot.
No, I'm glad you have confidence. I'm glad you have confidence you don't deserve.
Glad. Great. Yeah, I wish we all had that.
I like the males sometimes. I'm like, how are you so confident? You have nothing to prove your confidence.
We are coming to kill the male.
I'm actually more confident that you're going to cheat on Amanda.
We all believe. None of us were surprised. Amanda, though, is relieved. It clears up a lot. Kyle tells her he wants that storybook next chapter. Doesn't want to fuck up again. So he's going to put all his effort in. Now, after 3 years, he hasn't flirted in a few months. And now he's ready to fucking commit.
Raise your hand if you think Kyle's going to be perfect.
If this isn't Prince Charming.
Alicia, you basically just raised your hand.
What?
I said raise your hand if you think Kyle's going to be perfect now. No hands raised. Around the world, hands have to stay down.
I was more of like, this is Prince Charming, bitch. Like, this is as good as it gets, I guess.
That's true. That also makes me sad because this grand gesture, which is not that grand, it's just flowers showing up and saying I didn't cheat on you, is probably the best it's gonna get.
Yeah. So Amanda and Kyle hug. They're fine. I was focused on the dude in the background who did a nice wave to the camera as he's walking past. I love that.
It's so funny how people can't stop themselves.
I don't know if I could.
I couldn't. I would literally be there waiting.
Especially if I recognize them. I'd be like, I'm going to be in the episode.
I would literally jaws and probably 2 hands. Like,
I'd walk up to them while filming and just be like, hello, hi.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't make it on camera. I would do both. True. So I could talk to them and get on camera.
Yeah, I would make them pissed at me.
And then they blur me out.
Love that. So it's now Saturday, 3:18 p.m. We're driving to the Hamptons. There's a car with Jordan, Paige, Hannah, Danielle, and Lindsay. Lindsay has a date tonight with Paimon. Sorry, I'm the worst. Paimon. Danielle takes a call for work and she has a good sex operator voice.
Paige was like talking during the entire thing. If I had to take a call for work, I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yes, specifically, yes. Hang on. If I say I'm taking a call.
Danielle's like, I'm taking a call. She answers and Paige is like, oh my God, she has such a sex phone call voice. I'm like,
obviously too, the mic was turned up on Paige and turned down for Danielle, but like still, I'd be like, hey,
I went dead silence in this car.
Yeah, that's like the worst thing to say too to my client is I sound like a sex operator.
Yes.
Okay, so Lindsay, after Danielle's done with her call, tells everyone that she surprised Carl with Sharon and Sharon's coming to the Hamptons. And listen, this is good friend shit. But if I was Paige, I'd be like, damn girl, you're really showing me up as a potential girlfriend.
Well, Paige isn't there yet to be able to invite his. This is a close friend thing or like a long-term girlfriend. Yeah, like because Paige could never do this. She doesn't know Sharon.
That's true. You're right. Okay. It's a really close friend thing. Yes. But I guess Lindsay's like super not interested in Carl because she's
and like she's met Sharon I think twice now. Like Sharon has come to the Hamptons for 2 summers I think. So like this is not weird because it's like a Hamptons summer thing. Like,
and Lindsay dated one of Carl's friends, so maybe they are just, I don't know. I was just like, that's a very fun intimate thing.
It is a very intimate thing, but I think it tracks with where their friendship's at.
Okay, dope. So then I just like, I'm on to this. So Paige feels like her and Carl had a breakthrough last week, but is scared of what his mom will like ask, like, what are you? And she'll say something like, we drink 5 tequilas and then make out in a pantry. So that's what we are.
That's the worst when you have to start explaining things to parents and it's way too new.
Agreed. They also talk about how Amanda and Kyle are okay now. And Paige says, like, listen, even though the girl said that she didn't meet Kyle, Kyle could have called this girl, could have like had different messages to this girl somewhere else. Like there are ways Kyle could have covered his tracks. So Paige doesn't believe it. She's skeptical like us.
Well, I like how she says like Amanda will truly never know the truth. And that's true. I never thought, my first initial reaction wasn't like, oh, Kyle reached out to these people. But when it was pointed out, I was like, yeah, that is plausible. That could happen.
That's kind of crazy that she will literally never know the truth. Like none of us will.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why.
That makes me so sad. Now I'm because this, I don't know what year this happened in, but I'm like, could this be true still? And I'm like, this still rocks my brain years later. I gotta
be honest, I'm probably gonna refer to that moment as like when Kyle cheated on Amanda. I'm not gonna say like when there was a rumor. I'm gonna be like, hey Meredith, remember when Kyle cheated on Amanda that time at the pool? And like,
I feel like I would describe it as when Kyle probably cheated on Amanda.
Okay. I would be like, he definitely did.
Because he did cheat on her, so we'd have to distinguish the two, you know?
Yeah, you're right. The first time versus the second time.
Yeah.
So, great. It's Saturday, 6:34 p.m. The Hamptons. Kyle and Amanda usually Kyle and Amanda do pull up together, and Amanda's basically like, was a rumor, like, I can't let rumors affect me. And Kyle's like, I can't let rumors affect this relationship because I bought a ring. So different, but the same.
Kyle, I would hope you would move forward with that because you did buy the ring. But we do need, I don't think people realize, like, when a cheating thing happens, yes, you need to definitely work that out with your partner. But you right now live in a house with like 6 other people. So if I were Amanda, if I walked into that room or in that house tonight, maybe I don't say it in front of everybody, but I would pull the girls and be like, okay, here's what happened to me in the last week.
Yeah, we have to address it.
Yes. I hate that people want to just sweep so much shit under the rug. And I get it. Listen, my family are experts at this. For like small little tiffs, yeah, let's sweep that baby under the rug. But this is not small. And we're all concerned as friends. So like, we got to address it.
Yes.
As girlies.
Spoiler, nothing's addressed.
No.
So, great. At Saturday, 7:01, Kyle and Amanda walk in the house. Everyone else is already there. Literally, Lindsay does not look thrilled. Kyle and Amanda both give her a hug, and she just starts opening wine. Like, she's not even about
weird.
It. She doesn't sweep things under the rug.
No.
So this is like
and
opposite of her.
I bet like off camera, Amanda had conversations with like Paige and Hannah, and I get that. So like they're easy to breeze past this. But I'm sorry for the viewers, you got to do shit on camera too.
Help us out.
Yeah.
So Lindsay's gonna go get ready for her date. Paige, Hannah, and Jordan go to Paige and Hannah's room and talk about how awkward that was, but they're gonna like act normal for the sake of the house.
Gotta move on.
Paige thinks Amanda's blinded by how much she loves Kyle. But Paige would probably be done with someone if they cheated on her, potentially.
Yeah, I also think Amanda's blinded. I also think she's just in a shit situation where she
loves a shit person, honestly.
Well, she loves him, but she also already signed a lease with him. You know, like Horrible. It's kind of hard to get this train to stop moving, and it's a lot easier to go with it.
Oh, horrible. Okay, so Carl and Sharon show up. Sharon has met a girl in the summer house before, Ashley Workus.
Oh my god.
Paige and Ashley are a little different.
I forgot about them, and I'm so happy this flashback came.
This was awesome. Listen, the Workus Circus was something
incredible. Like, what a chapter of summer house history. A moment of silence.
Thank you. Okay, so Carl's gonna give his room to his mom.
Sweet.
And he's like, so I'll crash on the couch. But Jordan's like, Carl, if you want to snug a little bit, which makes all the girls go, is he gay?
Yeah, remember when he looked at Kyle's dick when he was peeing that one time?
So weird. That was weird. This was less weird, but still, now that we know
just
about the dick,
weird moments.
It's all adding up.
Guys, I have never experienced my guy friends say to each other unless they're like being like really showboaty, like, oh, come snuggle with me, you know, like. Jordan just says the comment.
I think he said it right. If there wasn't the background of already, like, is he hiding that he's gay? Then, like, I don't think this would have been a big deal.
I don't think it would be as big of a deal, but I think I would still clock it like, oh, you guys aren't that close of friends.
I think he said it good, where he's like, hey, man, you want to snuggle? I think he meant it jokingly.
Yeah.
But there's already questions. Okay, so where are we? Lindsay's picking out her outfit. Hannah's helping, giving some advice. Lindsay does drop that her and Everett have slept together recently, but she's trying to move on, which we love a backslide, but not this one.
You know what? She's honest about it, so I give that to her.
This one is my nightmare, but it's so funny.
Like, I'm happy she's just banging him, and it's not like trying to restart a relationship and inviting him over.
Agree, but as a viewer, this is one of the funniest like backsliding couples.
Yes.
I would want to see this.
I want to see them bang on the weekends, but I don't want her to invite him as like a guest to the house and like dating type things.
No, yeah, I want them to bang on the weekend. He stays 5 minutes too long. Yes. She fucking flips the shit. All of that.
I love the arrows, Everett, you know?
I love those. So Payman's here. He walks in. He just walks in. That's what was weird. It. He's just like, hello, I'm Payman. But we're intrigued because he's in a vest. And Carl has a vested interest in Lindsay. So he's gonna check Payman out a little bit. And Amanda wants to know what Payman's intentions are with her daughter. So everyone's grilling him. It's like kind of fun and whatever. But Lindsay walks down. She looks damn good. She walks over to Payman. Super awkward. The house is so awkward. No one wants to be here right now.
I would be like, meet me at the restaurant because I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, so they leave, thank God. So then
really quick, I do have to say Lindsay's dress is still very in, that little slip dress, but the boots, horrendous. The fringed boots, then they're white. Horrible. Oh,
she looked hot though.
She did look hot. Her hair is very icy blonde. I think she had just gotten it colored. It looked different this episode.
This is what I want my hair to look like. Curly?
But that is wand curled.
It's a
not curl. Natural curls.
It's a different type of curl.
But I
understand. So the girls are cooking. Sharon, Amanda, Paige. The boys are outside talking. Jordan, Kyle, Carl. And Jordan's like, hey man, are you nervous your mom's gonna say the wrong thing about Paige? But I think Carl should be nervous about the opposite happening.
I doubt that he has told his mom the minute details, which are nothing has really happened.
Well, like, what is a mom gonna say that's wrong? Like, do you love my son? And Carl
and like, Sharon's not that type. Like, my dad is embarrassing and would say weird comments, and they would just be awkward for everyone. But Sharon's not like that type of parent where she's like joking around and wants things to be awkward and embarrassing.
I just feel like even my mom can be embarrassing, but I don't think she would like purposely be like, I'm gonna say horrible things.
I don't think a lot of parents are like that, especially like moms and then like this girl in the house.
Yeah, she's gonna be kind.
It's not like they dated for 3 months and Carl cheated on her, and so the mom's gonna be like, yeah, Carl sucks. While Carl's trying to win her back. It's just like Carl's, I don't know, first-based activity.
So Carl's mom just wants him to have a relationship, and Jordan agrees because he gets the same pressure from his mom. And then we notice how Jordan can't have he's not making a lot of like what are they called, facial expressions. And the boys are like, oh, look at his forehead's all tight. And Jordan's like, oh yeah, I got Botox because I got mugged. And they're like, wait, what the fuck? So the story is he got mugged in LA. He was crossing the street and there's a car that comes up, stops, and some guy gets out, punches him right in the face, robs him, I think. And he got 3 stitches, and now he has to get Botox because he got Botox to help, that area. But if you have to keep getting it once you get it, so he gets it.
Which none of that's true. I mean, the mugging might be true, but you don't get Botox in your face because you had stitches. That's not how it works. And if there's a doctor listening that wants to tell me otherwise, I would love to know. But I've never heard of anyone getting stitches and needing Botox.
I don't know enough about that. I would think, though, like, if you got Botox once, you should probably, like, keep getting it to keep up. Right?
Oh, okay. To keep up, yes, but you don't have to keep getting it because you had it once. It's not like an addiction.
No, but would your face be weird after if I got it?
You get wrinkles again.
Oh,
but it's just constantly like freezing your face. So like, I don't know what the time like increments are, but it's like, okay, say you get it and your face, that and your forehead's frozen for 3 months, and then it'll wear off, the effects will, so you'll start to get wrinkles again. So then you get another set of injections to freeze your face again.
So if I get it for a year and then I stop because like, let's say I ran out of money, is my face going to be okay?
Yes. You'll just go back to like having wrinkles. Like when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to get Botox. So like constantly women are not getting it and then restarting it.
Interesting. I thought the least likely thing, honestly, was I was like, he could get stitches and Botox, that's fine. But who just stops a car and is like, that's the dude I'm gonna mug?
I believe he probably got mugged and like punched in the face. That seems very likely to me with Jordan.
How he said it was like, this guy's driving a car. He sees me, stops, gets out, punches me. And I'm like, for what? What happened? What?
I'm shocked he didn't say because I looked so good looking and had such expensive clothes on. Like, I'm shocked he didn't like embellish this even more.
Well, Kyle and Carl are basically like, so none of that's true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It cracks me up that the entire house is just like, okay, to every story. They're like, sure.
No one cares. No follow-up questions.
No, it's not worth it.
So inside, the girls cooking dinner, Amanda's telling Sharon about this past weekend and the rumor, and you could totally tell Paige is skeptical, but she's keeping her mouth shut.
Yep.
And listen, Sharon's the wrong person to talk about this because her husband had a different family. So if she knows cheaters, she's not a fan.
Yeah, Sharon's not the person to talk to right now, but
no,
we're gonna get the real life moments.
Sharon basically says, like, if Kyle cheats, like if he cheats now, he still might cheat even if you're moved in. And then if you're moved in with him, like that's going to be a divorce if you guys break up, basically. So like have a realistic view. And also she opens up about the stuff with Carl's dad and then says like, once a cheater, always a cheater. But like, great that Amanda's willing to fight for it. Go you.
Ooh, I mean, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. I like at all.
I don't want to be Amanda. I don't want to be Amanda and I don't want to be Sharon.
No. I want to be Paige, who knows that Sharon's right, but is keeping her mouth shut with wine.
I don't even want to be Paige.
I'll be Paige. So, okay, Saturday night, date night with Lindsay. Their sexual tension is at a full 100%. These two just want to jump each other's bones.
Yeah, and they're like, it's not even just like the light, like first date flirting tension. No. It is like, why did we come on this date and why didn't we just stay home and bang?
This is like they're looking deep into each other's eyes. They're basically, their genitals are on fire right now.
Yes, like, and they're just imagining each other naked.
The heat is radiating. And then Lindsay's like, so what do you find attractive about me? And Paimon is like, I find you beautiful and intriguing and intelligent. And Lindsay's like, great, I feel so special. Everett never made me feel special. Never, it was never there.
When somebody gives me like compliments like that on a first date, I automatically don't believe them. I'm like, you're just blowing smoke up my ass. Shut the fuck up.
You were so intriguing. I'd be like, why? What the hell's intriguing?
You don't even know me. Like when they're like, wow, you're really beautiful. I'm like, I'm not.
I'm not 6 on a good day, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, appreciate you trying to flatter me and get some points.
You're so intelligent. You literally don't know me. I'm a big dummy. Thank you.
You know what? Actually, the intelligence one, I'd be like, of course I am, obviously.
I would literally be like, I'm idiot number 1. You haven't even talked to me yet.
I think very highly of myself with my intelligence. And I want to be smarter.
I would love to be smarter. I just think I'm getting dumber by the day. But I'm glad Lindsay's really eating this up. So then Lindsay, because he's like, you always keep me on my toes. And so Lindsay's like, oh, I love that. And as he's mid-sentence, she gets up and he's like, where are you going? And she starts making out with him, like standing above him at this restaurant.
Walks over to his chair.
And then they leave.
I was like, this is a whoa move. I have too much public embarrassment to do something like this. I will not kiss someone in a restaurant.
There is a 0% chance I ever do this. A 0%.
Even if I was married to you, I don't want to do this. I hate PDA.
There's a full 0% I would never pull this move.
You can do this. I don't hate your PDA. Well, I mean, I'm not like enthralled with it, but like I cannot. I don't even want to hold your hand in public.
Physically, I can't look at someone, get up all sexy, strut over, bend down. I would literally in my head, I am thinking of myself.
I would smack foreheads with the person and it would be so awkward.
I can't even get up gracefully to use the bathroom. How am I going to do that?
I'm terrified to get up to go to the bathroom.
Never. So they leave. Great. So back at the house, it's 9:20 p.m. We're eating pizza. Amanda and Kyle are flirting. Everyone hates it. Everyone's uncomfortable. Everyone wants to leave. So we start talking about how hot Sharon is. 67? She's fucking killing it.
She looks
I want to
good.
look like this.
Yeah.
I know. So Paige really loves that Carl's a total mama's boy. And so she's falling for him. But now we're all going to go out. And well, not all, actually. It ends up just being Carl and Jordan. But yeah, so Carl's going to get Jordan laid because we all think Jordan's a virgin. And then Jordan told Hannah actually that he had sex with one of their coworkers. And again, she thinks he's a virgin. So great.
What's interesting is this is all the surveillance footage and even sound. Like, they're talking about this when I don't think they think about being filmed.
Yes.
I don't think Hannah...
They're in bed.
I think Hannah and Paige try to protect Jordan a little bit from like such intense conversations, but they're so fed up to the point where like they're kind of talking privately about this as a group too.
Yeah, I don't think Jordan's a virgin.
I don't think he's a virgin.
I think it's closer to like maybe he's a little confused and doesn't want to explore his
or they said somebody said like maybe he's asexual, and I was like that maybe he's asexual. That makes sense. Like I don't need him to be gay or bi or anything. I just know something's off and he is like playing this part. Yeah.
Well, even when we get the footage of them out, Jordan's hand is in Carl's zipper, like pretending it's a dick. So I'm just like, do you just think dicks are funny? Which again is like, do you want to explore your sexuality? Because you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Maybe it's like such a question in his mind. He doesn't want, like, I believe he's probably like a pretty respectful guy, despite his like lewd comments and stories.
Yes.
That I don't think he would want to like sleep around at all.
Or even sleep with someone on the first time meeting them.
Yeah. Like I don't think everybody needs to or doesn't need to, but he just doesn't seem that type, whether or not he like is going through this weird phase thing either. Like he seems to like have like really strong like morals and like values and holds them like really close to his chest and like,
which is fine, but then just say that
exactly.
And don't only tell your craziest sex stories where you end up in the hospital.
Like don't play up all this stuff to make you seem like this mega player when that's not who you are.
How he presents it, right? Like I've had some not weird ass sex things, but like things
you could tell up some stories.
I could tell a story,
but if that's all you said, people just think you're like the freakiest person.
But also, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, and then this person I just had sex with. That's it. Like there's really nothing.
Like there's a time and place to like tell fun stories, but Jordan brings them out at like random times.
When he was like, "How'd I lose my virginity? I got kicked her in the face," and then
because Kyle got asked that question. I think they were playing like Truth or Dare, and then Jordan just told the story.
Yeah, like mine's funny, but it's not like no one ended up in the hospital.
I've never had some weird like crazy story, but even if I did, it just.
Listen, I was a high schooler with my high school boyfriend, and you couldn't have sex with your parents, so we were just
in a bush.
We were in a bush. That would be my virginity story. But again, it's not crazy. It's just like we were in a bush. We both didn't know what we were doing, and then like we ran.
Yeah, but you were like, and then we crawled into a bush, and then like it's the way he tells it, like. Yours is like the funny, like, oh, lost my virginity in high school kind of story.
That's the other thing.
It's not some like
when telling it, I'm not like in a shock factor.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to laugh because it's absolutely stupid that this
like Jordan's trying to get like attention and eyes and
that's it. It feels like a story.
Yes.
Mine feels like a real life experience. I'm just trying to live down a little bit.
You're just explaining your story versus Jordan tries to tell stories.
A story. Yeah. Great. Let's keep going. So it's 11:46 p.m. Amanda and Kyle seem fine, but Paige and Hannah talking about how it's weird, but they're gonna just like try and live in this house. At 1:38 a.m., the boys are home. Carl goes into Lindsay's room because Lindsay's not here.
Lindsay's is always a safe bet, as Paige knew last episode.
Exactly. So Sunday, 8:31 a.m. Lindsay's home. Sharon catches her.
I love that. Sharon was like a hoot though. She's like, you still look so pretty.
Sharon was really good. My mom would have been like, are you just getting in?
See, if a boy told me when I showed up with makeup on that I looked pretty, don't believe them. Sharon tells me when I walk in the next morning, believe her.
Believe her. But it's the best sex of Lindsay's life. Woohoo!
So, do you believe that? Sometimes I just think we tell ourselves that. Because we need to.
Listen, I'm one of those people that sex is better if I have real feelings.
Me too.
For someone. So no, I think
I don't think Lindsay's that way though. But I think she might be convincing herself it's better than Everett.
I think her best was probably Everett.
Yeah.
But also Everett's a straight white dude from America, and Paimon has an accent.
That's true. And there was great sexual tension.
That's true. Maybe it's more of the buildup that Paimon and Lindsay have.
Good point.
I don't know. Lindsay's had sex. These two dudes? She's had sex with more dudes. She slept in a bed with a guy. Remember?
Well, she wanted to. I don't know if she did.
She's having sex all over. She's fine. Okay, so we wake up Carl in Lindsay's room. Carl doesn't even know if he's alive. Sharon says, you are, let's hang out. Kyle's had a boner for 3 hours. Sucks. Amanda basically throws her underwear in his face and goes, go jerk off.
She goes, sniff my underwear then.
So gross. Sorry.
No. Ew. Please don't ever touch my underwear.
Jordan's watching church, and then Sharon and Carl go hang out outside. Sharon doesn't want to go. She's putting down a lover boy though. Rock out, Sharon.
I fucking love Sharon. It's kind of like how in sorority houses they have a house mom. Like, I need Sharon to be the house mom of this group.
I would be friends with Sharon over Carl.
Like, I want her to tell every girl and guy that they look beautiful after the night after, and that they are still alive, and to come hang out with her when they're hungover.
I love that. Yes. So Carl's telling his mom, like, yeah, things are bad with like work and stuff, but I can manage. And he really just doesn't want his mom to worry. Like, they want each other to be okay because they're both going through really tough situations.
It's so sweet.
And Carl's like, I want you to be okay because you're my best friend. And Sharon's like, but I'm the mom. You're not supposed to worry about me. I want to worry about you. And I just want to protect them both in this moment.
Me too. It's so adorable because you should be allowed to worry about the other, but I understand the love of wanting to protect the other person from like the sorrow, and they're both trying to convince each other that their situations are not bad, and I'm like, both of yours are bad, guys. Like, this is not great.
It's okay not to be okay.
You guys are not okay though.
No, neither of them. Okay, so when Carl's dad left, he said something that really stuck with Sharon. He said it won't even matter to the boys. They're grown. But that hurt Sharon because these are her babies. And Carl was definitely affected by his dad leaving.
And I think the comment itself kind of shows more of the dad not caring as much. Like, he's not taking this seriously, which that in itself hurts again.
Yeah. Listen, I don't care how old I am. If my dad has a secret family on the side, I'm broken. I'm about to throw hands.
I wasn't like close with this girl, but a girl I knew in high school, and my friends were like decently close with her. They told me recently that this girl's dad had a family across the river in Illinois and would tell both sides, both families, that he was going on business trips. So he would bounce between the two states.
Did he get caught because of COVID? That shit fucked you up a little bit.
I don't remember how he got caught, but the OG mom took him back because they're like so religious. And I'm like, no. No. He had a whole fucking family. The Lord will forgive you for divorcing this asshole.
Listen, adultery is a bigger sin than divorce. Okay, dump his ass.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
COVID and not just really adultery, a whole family. And he went there often.
COVID really put a stop to all the cheaters because they had to pick a family.
I guess that probably was it, because I learned it in like fall of 2020.
The amount of cheaters that got caught in COVID cracks me up. Because it's like, you got to pick a family. Why aren't you going to quarantine with our family?
And like, your business travel was grounded. So that's your excuse.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Fuck.
Okay, so back to Carl. Carl wants a relationship, but it's hard for him because he's guarded more so now because of his dad.
Yeah.
But he recognizes that he doesn't treat women well, and he wants to change and work through this, because I don't think he wants to be his dad.
I bet he didn't treat women great before this divorce, but I bet his dad pulling all this shit on his mom really opened his eyes.
Well, we saw Ashley. That wasn't the greatest. Carl wasn't the best.
Well, you mean Lauren, but Ashley's response.
Ashley's the sister.
Ashley's the one who had the appropriate responses.
Ashley
Carl.
threw a watermelon. You are right. Lauren's the one that picked it up. Yep. Whoops. Okay, so it's Sunday, 11:47 a.m. We're all drinking Lover Boys. Hannah and Jordan get their faces pushed together in a kiss. It's like kissing your brother. And then Sharon has to leave. She's really sad. Hannah and Danielle go talk about their British boys. They both really like their British boys. Max and Danielle talk on the phone all the time. Not just Max, British Max and Danielle talk on the phone all the time.
Yeah, come on. You got to give
Hannah really likes, it could be normal American Max. Black. No. British Max. So Hannah is coming off a relationship that really fucked her up, and she really lost her confidence in it. She's actually on antidepressants because of it. And so she has a lot of anxiety. And so she doesn't know with British Dave if this should go somewhere, but British Dave is really great, and Danielle really wants
she roots for that, and I root for it with Danielle because British Dave does seem stellar.
I agree, but I root for Hannah to love herself again, and then she can learn to love British Dave.
Yeah, I just don't think British Dave is like some asshole like her last boyfriend.
No, yes, British
like
Dave's
he freaking went to the ER with her when she jacked up her hand. Like if I jacked up my hand, a boy would be like, "Oh, I'll get you an Uber," and would put me in the Uber and be like, "Bye."
So no hand job tonight? I'd be like, "What?"
No, they would be like, "You have another hand."
It's fine. We can wait till the morning. I got to get off. I'd be like, "What, sir? I'm bleeding. We gotta go."
My whole hand is missing.
My dude wouldn't even call me an Uber. He would just be like, "You can walk."
He would probably take my phone and call myself an Uber. Like I would pay for it.
Mine would leave me. He'd just be like, "So I found a different girl who has two good hands. Bye."
Oh God.
Okay, so these are the men I meet, everyone. I'm so sorry. So
no stand-up men here. No British Daves.
No. So it's Sunday, 3:03 p.m. Jordan's doing his exercises, and then Paige and Carl talk outside. Paige is really into seeing Carl with his mom, tells him that. She's like, "That was great. Love to see it." And Carl's like, "Thank you so much. So I'm going to a wedding next week."
Oh my God. He went into that conversation hot.
Yeah. So he's going to a wedding and he's bringing someone else. And I want to know if it's the same girl from the first wedding.
I want pictures like we got, even if her face is blurred. Like I want, he probably learned to not post shit on social media.
Now, yeah, because we got him. But this is a friend he has hooked up with before. And Paige is like, "What the fuck? Is she rightfully Meredith?" In her head, because okay, let's get through it and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
So Carl says he likes Paige, but Paige's version of taking things slow is like her being able to talk to other dudes. So he's going to talk to other girls. And Paige here is a little pissed, but like, whatever. And she acts like it's totally fine. So no issue here. But does Paige have a right to be a little pissed on the side?
I think she has a right to be like annoyed, but not so far as pissed, because they are casual, so he can take dates. I think it is good that he was honest about it, because he obviously learned in Lauren's situation that lying about it is worse. But I understand Paige being frustrated. Like, he's the one who is pursuing her, you know? And so he's not putting in any effort to actually pursue her. And then you go and take somebody else on a date, but you keep telling me you're really into me. Like, it just doesn't add up. So I'd be like, I don't believe that you're into me then.
Yes, I think Carl's doing a horrible job trying to court Paige. That being said, I don't think Paige should be annoyed that he's bringing someone else to a wedding. I think she should be annoyed at someone he's hooked up with before, because Paige is taking things slow. And though she is dating other men, she's not hooking up with other men from what we know, like to an extent.
I think if Paige had a wedding, she might ask Carl. And so I think that's where they're misaligned.
I also think hookup is very broad. Paige, I don't think is having sex with all these guys she's going on dates with. She won't even have sex with Carl. I think she very much, like he says, is conservative, likes to take things slow. I think Carl's going to have sex with this wedding girl.
Yes. I also wonder sometimes if the cameras are playing into that. Like,
that's true.
If they went on a date during the weekday, would she sleep with him? I think she probably would.
Paige would sleep with Carl if
he was putting in more effort and like doing like what she wanted. I think she would sleep with him in this city.
That's true. Yeah, fair. I don't know. We'll see.
I just think it's his words and his actions aren't aligned. So she's like, this is that's annoying. Like, you say you want to court me, but why wouldn't you invite me as your date then? It's something so simple. True. It's already pre-planned.
Or why wouldn't you just say you're going alone? Why'd you have to bring someone you've hooked up with before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl needs a date to everything. We talked about this last episode, or maybe on the post show or something.
I think here's the problem though with this. Paige had just put another wall back up.
This didn't like piss her off, but it like irked her. It's like,
yeah,
like
that wall.
It's something that'll stick in the back of her head, a reason why it's a no.
Yeah. So it's 4:36 p.m. We're heading back to the city. Great. It's New York City, baby. Little like tidbit. I never walking around New York. I'm never like, oh, I live in New York City, greatest city in the world. No, I'm usually like, too many people, it smells bad, the trash. Like, that's my thought.
Yeah, but you're like a normal city person, because I don't like look around and think this is the greatest anytime I was in Chicago, except sometimes like it is really pretty and I'm like, ooh, that city's hitting right. But the hustle and bustle of it, you're like,
no, what I was gonna say is when I see the shots of New York on Summer House,
are you like, ooh, that's pretty.
I'm like, oh my God, I live there. Can you guys believe?
I just love a city. I love walking from block to block. I just love the energy of all the people.
Crazy. New York City, baby.
Get me back to a city.
So Monday, Kyle's working on Loverboy, looking for investors. Where's Julio? Someone called Julio.
I forgot about that.
I will never forget how Kyle said Julio.
Damn.
So Danielle, she's on the phone. She wants as much as the app by end of day tomorrow. Business.
Do you ever think that are these faked phone calls, right?
I can't imagine that I'm like, hey, mic me up. I'm about to take an important call that you can listen in on.
Same.
Maybe Kyle's because he's like in his apartment, but Danielle's about to catch a subway.
I don't think I'd ever take a phone call catching a subway for work. I would
ignore it. Yeah, for sure.
Don't talk to me.
So Wednesday, we're in New Jersey. Amanda's going to her parents. Just a little tidbit. I hate when parents kiss on the mouth. I don't know why. People I see mom do it.
And weirdly, my mom's family kisses on the lips, and me and my dad constantly are like, what is happening?
No,
I don't even want to hug you.
I am not that family.
We literally, I forget every time, and then they kiss, and me and my dad immediately look at each other like, what is happening?
It's not for me. I first saw it on Teen Mom and just went, what the hell is happening?
I don't understand. Like, little kids, I get it. Like, I'm like, can I have a kiss? Like, with my nieces and nephews. But my nephew is now 7, and I do not want him to kiss me on the lips.
No, we are kiss on the cheek only in my body. My body, my choice.
Yeah, I find it weird. How do you get to that point where you are 20-something years old and you're still kissing your mom and dad?
So because I hate this, I clock it whenever I see it. And Amanda and her dad kissed on those lips.
I must have looked away because I did not notice this, or it would have stuck with me more.
What? To see, like, that's the thing, is like a grown dad and like a 27-year-old daughter. It's just, there's something weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when my mom and her brother kiss, that's the weirdest to me. That one is the one that hits me the weirdest.
Again, I'm so sorry if you do it. I just can't.
No, I'm not sorry for saying this. And don't come for me because you're the weird one.
Maybe it's just like the Midwest.
We talked about it. Kissing even friends is weird. Why are we kissing friends on the lips?
We did talk about it.
It's a no.
It's a no for me, Doug.
Okay. You're either comfortable sticking your tongue in my mouth, or we're not kissing at all.
Okay, so can I make it through? Yes. Okay, so Amanda tells her parents her and Kyle got the apartment. She waited to tell them for a while because she wasn't sure what she was going to do, but now that her and Kyle are fine, she can let them know. But like she knows she has to tell her parents everything. So
well, yeah, because this is all about to air in 6 months, so she has to tell them at some point.
Yeah, they sit down for pasta that Amanda never eats, but her parents do. Thank God, never waste pasta. And so Amanda's like, hey, you guys. Well, one time Kyle wasn't faithful.
She says this so casually.
She's like, yeah, one time Kyle wasn't faithful about a year ago, and Amanda's dad is about to throw fucking hands. He is so goddamn pissed.
Yeah, like, rightfully so.
And Amanda's like, I almost left, but I didn't because like it's fine. It's like totally. I like
her dad is like,
him.
When do I get a shot at him?
She's literally like, I punished him for a little bit, but I took him back, so don't worry. And her mom is just like, you're too forgiving. And her dad's like, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Period.
What ring? Give me a time and place, and how many punches do I get?
Dude strangled next time we see him.
And this is appropriate parent behavior. And Amanda is just like casually like, yeah. So yeah, I took it back.
I'm so sad that you guys like don't agree with my decision.
Do you think it's a red flag that she didn't tell her parents about the apartment or the cheating?
Listen, I think it would have been easier to swallow, right? If it had happened, Amanda called her parents and were like, it was like when she was confused.
Yeah.
She could have gone through it with her parents and said like, Kyle cheated on me. He's just telling me I'm so sad, but I love him so much. She could have worked it through so her parents could have seen her thought process, like how long she ignored him, how she punished him, whatever. But to just sit down and be like, so he did this, but we're fine. So like you can't worry about
we got an apartment. Oh, and by the way, he cheated on me.
Because it's like they're now just learning this. It's almost like new news to them. And I know they're not in the relationship, but they love you so much. They want you to be happy and they don't understand.
They're everything. Like so defensive for you because they think you have blind spots.
They're processing it now. But they don't know what you did to
I also do think it probably would be hard to look my parents in the eye and tell them my significant other cheated on me and I'm staying with them.
I think that's the thing is I would want to tell
at the same time.
Yeah, I would want to tell my parents right away so they could see like my hurt, but how much I love him and like if I can work it. Because they're just hearing
to be honest, even want to like bitch with my parents about my significant other.
Yeah, because she's not giving them like, hey, you get to be mad. These are all the emotions Amanda felt too when it happened, I'm sure.
I also think it's hard when families do know everything about your significant other because then it makes them start to hate that person too. Like often I tell my sister, like, please don't tell me things about your husband. Like I have to have my own relationship with him. Like I don't want to know about your fights, all of them. I want to know about the dumb things, but don't tell me about the serious things sometimes. Yeah,
but like if you're going to tell them, man, you should have told them right away so they could process with you. Yeah. This was bad. But Amanda's very, very, very sad because she feels like she disappointed her parents. And I don't think it's that. I genuinely think it's like they're just so protective of you.
I think they're a little disappointed that she would stay with someone who cheated on her.
I wonder how it would have been different if she had told them right away and they went through it together.
Because they're like they have to flash through their emotions quickly. I think they're trying to change their anger into like disappointment that they're still together.
They're processing like, fuck, he cheated on her a year and a half or a year ago and now they're getting an apartment together. Like they never saw he apologized. He worked back at it. Amanda, we didn't even see that. So we don't
actually have any of that.
I don't know what happened, but they never saw that.
Whatever reason Amanda stayed, they never saw that.
Yeah, so you're moving in with him because he cheated?
Yay!
That's it. So rough, though. Kyle's about to get hit.
Ooh, that next time he sees them, let's get a camera there.
I wouldn't want to be Kyle. That's all I could say.
No, never. So, for a lot of reasons, but this one especially.
For a lot of reasons. Amanda's dad's scary. I wouldn't fuck with him. Good luck. So now it's Thursday. Jordan and Carl are going to go out. Jordan's getting set up by Carl. I almost said Kyle. Carl is setting Jordan up with Erica, who's this beautiful blonde. And there's also going to be Sydney there, a brunette, but not the wedding date that Carl's taking, just a girl Carl's going to hang out with tonight.
So Carl can do things during the week, even though he doesn't have a job, and take girls on dates. That's crazy. Don't tell Paige.
Don't tell Paige. So Erica's also religious, which might work out well with Jordan.
You know what's sad is this group is so bound to give Jordan all the like moments to be able to sleep with a girl based on what they think he would want or has shown them. Like now they're like, oh, let's go the religious angle. Maybe it's that like these people don't fit his buckets. Like I bet I'll sleep with this one because she goes to church. I never want to tell so many lies in my life that my friends are like setting me up for different scenarios.
With people that don't really like match into my life. Totally. Yeah. So they're chilling and we find out that Jordan matched with Sydney, on Bumble a year ago and he ghosted her, which like fine. I matched with so many people on Bumble, I ghost.
I agree, but that's my worst nightmare to have to see those people.
I actually think it's worse. It's more embarrassing for Sydney to be like, I remember you. I would have been like,
it's not just that they matched, they like texted. And I feel like those people are my graveyard. Like, I don't want to see you in real life.
It's okay, but I'm going to call you out for remembering me.
Yeah,
if you do this.
Well, he was the most eligible bachelor. How could you forget him?
I would straight up be like, it's weird that you remember that.
I wouldn't bring it up. I would just think it in my mind.
Weird. Yeah. But okay, so Erica and Jordan separate to go to the bar. Erica goes to 2 different churches because it's hard to be a believer in the city. The way she said it, all I wanted it to be was a believer, like Justin Belieber.
Here's my thing. It sounds like she's a mega church going person and I'm not into that personally. I'm spiritual now. Used to be religious, more spiritual personally.
Listen, I could tell you it's hard to be a believer in the city because I told my friends I was just doing Lent because my Catholic guilt is like on a scale.
It is 10. So insane how much I still practice Lent, but don't go to church.
I have so much Catholic guilt and my friends fucking shat on me. And I was like, I haven't been to church in like 4 years, but I have to do Lent.
Programmed
to do Lent.
Especially because I hold Mardi Gras in such high regard. I know immediately when Lent starts.
Fat Tuesday is like my favorite holiday.
Yes. Love it.
So it is hard to be a believer, Erica, but sounds like you're having a harder time.
That hard that I need to go to 2 different churches.
It's rough for her, but whatever. So they talk about their beliefs. Jordan gets Erica's number. Shout out. Great. We'll see. So it's Friday, 5:43 p.m. We're driving back to the city. Amanda, Paige, Hannah, Jordan, they're all driving down because Kyle's working late. So Amanda had to catch a ride with the B crew. But JK, Kyle's actually grocery shopping. So then they, in the car, back to the car. Amanda says she told her parents what happened with Kyle, and Amanda's upset with her parents' reaction, but they're right.
Well,
shut up.
Awkward.
So it's 8:23 p.m. Kyle's at the summer house already. Lindsay and Danielle are here. Kyle's going to do a fancy dinner for Amanda on the balcony. And Lindsay's like, oh, I love effort. This is fantastic. But so she forgot about the cheating rumor.
This is the peak, Kyle.
Yeah, this is great.
Well, it's all downhill from here is what I'm saying. Oh, like this is the most you're going to get.
Well, at least it happened for a little bit. It was nice while it lasted. 7:22 p.m. The car pulls up. Amanda's like, weird that Kyle's car is here. He lied.
This is a weird lie. And I kind of feel like this is a bad idea considering like you're on rocky ground, like lying to her and then coming here, like show up after her.
Maybe that, yeah. Grocery shop,
or like go grocery shop, go home, put all the stuff, and then like leave, and then have somebody text you when she arrives. You know, like try to like be a little bit better.
Well, because Amanda walks in and she's like, "Hey, man, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "I just got here." Crazy.
Because now you have to keep lying. Because how would you have beat her if there's just like all these things? But I'm sure she's like, "Wait, I'm annoyed," and probably overthinking things.
Yeah. So everyone's getting ready to go out for dinner. Amanda's about to walk outside where Kyle has set up a cute little table to go see how warm it is, which I love. That's like my MO.
That's what I do too.
He stops her though. Paige went on a ton of dates this week, but didn't hear or see or think about Carl. So fuck him. Okay, so everyone's getting ready to go out to dinner, and Kyle's like, actually, Amanda, I will be cooking you dinner. Haha, you can't be mad at
He's
me
like,
for maybe
so
cheating.
happy you got ready because we're staying in.
Sorry about that rumor about me cheating.
Also, if a boy told me I'm staying in now and I dress to go out,
I'm
kind
in
of annoyed.
jeans, I'm thrown down.
I want to look cute for you, but like I probably wouldn't have gone to this level.
Yeah. I would have put on a nice sundress.
Yes. And like done like face makeup, but no like cute eyeshadow. Like I'm just staying home. Why am I doing like a winged eyeliner?
But whatever. Paige is basically like, listen, a boy maybe cheats on me. It's got to be more than fucking dinner.
Paige has like incredible standards, and I need to apply it to my life.
I do. Let's be honest. We do have these standards. We just like don't like enforce them because we within a date are like, he's trash. Like there's no need.
I don't get this far. You're right.
There's no need for a dude to meet your standards because you don't give him the chance.
A ceiling and a floor that people just need to fit into.
Yeah.
Because like the ceiling is, I'm not going to let this get past 1 or 2 dates, and the floor is the minimum that you need to respect me.
Yeah.
And like things you need to do and say to get into the room.
So yeah, we do have really high standards. Just no one.
We just don't let those people get too far.
No.
It's a one room house. You get 1 or 2 dates, you're not continuing on.
Yeah, no need. Okay, so it's 8:58 p.m. Amanda's making Kyle nervous because she's watching him cook. There's nothing to do. He's cooking. This
sucks. I thought I was going out. I'd be pissed.
I'd be a little pissed. So to the restaurant, it's the girls and Jordan. Jordan tells them about Erica and how she loves God and he would bring her home to his mom. And they asked Jordan if he wants to fuck her, which is super. And I feel like a weird question.
Me too. But you're living with these people. Everybody's sleeping with people. I kind of feel like the walls are down. Like the lingo you have with roommates is a little different than just normal friends you go out with.
I guess I would be taken aback and be like, I really like her, so I would love to sleep.
If somebody said, would you bang her? Is that like, is it the language or is it the asking of it?
I think like, do you want to hook up with her? I'd be like, yeah, I want to fucking sleep with her.
See, I think they have to be explicit about sleeping with her because they're still trying to figure out if he's telling the truth or not.
I don't know. I'd probably be like, yeah, but I like her. So I want to like take things slow. I don't know what I would say, but it was just crazy. Someone's like, do you want to fuck her? And he's like,
they have to be so brutally honest with him. Otherwise he'll like sweet talk his way through a conversation.
But then Jordan's like, I'm so glad you asked because there's something I've been holding back. And we cut to a commercial.
This isn't the segue for saying what he said, by the way. This is not the moment. All we wanted to know is, would you want to sleep with her? And he should have just said yes.
It's so dramatic. And he's like,
thank God you guys asked me about sleeping with someone.
I have been having trouble getting it up. Erectile dysfunction. I started laughing immediately. It was so funny.
We're not guys, so like don't experience this, obviously. No. I know, spoiler here, we're not men. But after seeing so many commercials about those like ED medications, I'm like, this seems like a simple problem to fix.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be great. A man can't be like, oh, I love that this is happening to me, like easy medication fix. I'm sure there's a little bit of like a hit to your ego.
The way he says it is as if like he cannot sleep with anyone. You know,
yeah, he's basically
I'm like, there's medication. So if you were really into someone like this girl you claim to be really into and want to take home to mom, you can still sleep with her in my book.
Pop a Viagra, baby.
Come on, do something.
Listen, I worked for a company that specialized in erectile dysfunction medication, and actually it's a very common problem for a lot of men.
Because it's a side effect to a lot of other things I've learned.
Yes. So it's a side effect to a lot of other things. It can just be like very like your nerves can get in the way. It could be alcohol. It could like there are a lot of things that can happen, and it does happen to men in their 20s a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like not a big issue. And it cracks me up how he's basically like, I can't get up around women, but I can jerk off. And I'm like,
that wouldn't make sense to me. Personally.
No, that's also like kind of normal. I feel like his a lot is nerves. I know that sounds weird. because he's this big sex machine.
To me, the way he says it to them is as if somebody chopped off his dick so he can no longer have sex with anyone.
It
is an all or nothing thing in his book, and I'm like, in my mind, it's not.
I know he's presenting this like, I fuck women all the time, blah blah blah, but like he's only really told us about these kind of horrible moments of sex.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's really nervous that every moment is gonna be like traumatic in a way. So I
and he think probably like tells these stories to laugh it off and like normalize it for himself.
But like if that's only happened to you and then you're like about to sleep with a girl you like, you're gonna be nervous.
I would stress out.
Get it up.
Oh man, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. So, but he can jerk off. So like he's safe with himself. That sounds dumb, but he is.
No, that actually makes I believe this.
That's more. My thought. Yeah. From like having to read men's testimonials and whatever, I feel like he could still take ED
Alicia,
medicine.
The ED expert.
It's nothing to be ashamed. It's just body.
And just get some meds.
But now it's like everyone's like mission to get his dick up.
That would add so much more pressure.
That's it. Like they're just, I don't know. He shouldn't be presenting as like, I'm a big sex machine.
Yes.
He should just be like, I've been having some issues. I don't know what it is.
Or I just want to sleep with her. Get off my back.
And listen, women are going to understand because we rarely get orgasms when we have sex with men because
they're not great.
Also, orgasms with women are also very mental. Like it's very, if we're in our head, it's not gonna happen,
it'll never happen.
Exactly. So we get it. No worries. But still a weirdo. Jordan's a fucking weirdo.
It's just, it's just a weird summer.
Back at the house, Kyle sets up dinner. It's a beautiful table. They talk about moving. Great. And then Amanda's like, by the way, I told my parents that you cheated. And Kyle knows that's bad news for him. Basically, Kyle wants to fix it, but there's nothing he can really do. And they both start crying. And
Kyle's like, when do we move to the moon?
So yeah, Kyle's about to get hit in the face by Amanda's dad. He knows it. We know it. Great. Next time, Vanderpump Rules visits.
Yes.
This is great. Erica and Jordan go on a date. Lindsay hooks up with Paimon, but Bo really doesn't like him for some reason. Katie and Amanda talk about their cheating boyfriends, which if you've watched Vanderpump Rules, Tom Schwartz is a cheater too. Paige tells everyone about how she went on a boat with a guy and then slept in Carl's bed. Also, Carl and Paige come head to head in front of the BPR kids, and there's a fire. I'm excited.
I can't wait. I love this crossover of these groups because they're very similar vibes and they both love to party. And also, like, did not remember Bo had already been around at this point. Like, I knew they were coming, but I did not remember Bo was there.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. You want to do a quick fun, not fun?
Yes, let's do it. I'm giving Amanda not fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, girly. You can't tell your parents both of those news together and in that order.
That was bad.
I'm sorry. Your parents just got blindsided and that was not cool. And like, come on, make us whole as a group. We got to talk about how Kyle says Kyle told you that this girl doesn't know him and like what happened. And then he showed up. Just give us something. Give us a girl chat and a boy chat, inside, outside, kind of like a little Love Island thing. Give us a POA, a plan of action.
Agreed. That's a great one. I'm going to do Jordan just because
classic Jordan.
I don't love how he's presenting his ED issue. It's just like the way he said it, the dramatics, the whatever. It's just like not it for me.
And like, you kind of have a moment on being on reality TV to like educate or like showcase kind of moments of real life that everybody else deals with. And I kind of feel like this probably put more shame around ED.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I didn't love the girl's reaction either, but I think how Jordan presents himself and like this, there is no other reaction. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, fun. Do you have one?
Ooh, I don't know. Let you go.
Okay, I am gonna pick Carl.
Ooh.
It was a good episode with Sharon. I think he's doing okay with Paige. He kind of fucked up with the wedding date, but we're gonna make it through. It's okay.
Yeah.
Him and Sharon, I love them as best friends. I want them as best friends forever and ever and ever.
That's a good pick. I'm gonna go Lindsay. She had her hot date with Paimon. She's getting banged both by Everett and Paimon, and apparently is having the best sex of her life and still looking fabulous when she comes home. So getting all the compliments from Sharon, still riding the high of like her like favor for Carl. Yeah, she's all around a great roommate, not in any trouble, and treating herself right.
We love. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for listening. We will talk to you next time we release one of these episodes. Great.
Yeah, tune in next for the VPR crossover. We can't wait.
Can't wait.
Thanks, guys. Bye.